Hey guys, this is Pharaoh 2091, and welcome back to Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. Last time we left off, we were investigating Mandy's room once again, using the little thief this time with information that Gumshoe gathered for us. And by evidence we gathered, everything that we saw in Alba's room is pretty much the same that's going to be in Mandy's office, because they're the same design pattern and whatnot. So that means that fireplace must have been used, because the ashes and whatnot weren't there, and the ink, the stain, it wasn't there. And then we know for a fact that the person to the next room must have been Shi-na. So let's go have a little talk with her now, because some stuff kinda isn't making sense now. And the only way we're ever going to be able to figure this out is, well, speaking with her. And there she is. And there's Elba. Agent Lang. Lang Z says, "Little cubs, never do they know the real fury of the elder wolves." These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean exactly? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. I never actually realized just how his glasses were designed. It's like an X format, kind of clings onto his head. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with the ink, they were all of Zangfa denominations. Yes, so I heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must have not figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things showed up in circulation, my country's economy has taken a big hit. Zangfa is in a financial chaos as we speak, because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I stake the honor of the House of Lang on this, and have come to this land to capture the mastermind behind this whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made and how the ink was smuggled into Zangfa, and I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got to him first. And now I'm called to return home without a single answer! Agent Lang, Don't start. It's not your fault. It's not anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Professor Elba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight. Oh, no. It is I who should be apologizing. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Curse you fool! Curse your empty brain! You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of story. Shi-na, let's go. Time to return to our den. Yes. I don't like to admit it, but there's not much else for us to do but to go home as well. Agent Lang, a moment! You, Wolfman security lady! Hold it! Objection! Pal! Detective Gumshoe, have you got the results of the handwriting analysis already? Yep, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cochin, sir. Just as I thought. Good work, Detective. Good job, Gumshoe. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent Shi-na, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind. Yes? How exactly do you fail to see the Yatagarasu when you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cochin was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us. What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! What are you doing asking her something that she didn't see? Agent Lang hasn't touched the investigation at all, so I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first. Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours. The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth. Oh? It sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I'll supervise you until the end. Is she seriously gonna treat me as a subordinate for the rest of the day? Knowing her, probably. You're not trying to pick up a fight with my subordinate and some flimsy guess, are you? I'm not trying to pick a fight, and the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see. Perfect synchronization. Well, whatever. Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight it out until the very end. It would appear that way. Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babel, and establish exactly who it was that Kay saw. Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kay's testimony? You mean that suspicious person in the coat that she saw? That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. The person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu. Pretended? And what do you mean by that? I'll get to that in a second. But first, I want to review what this person Kay saw did. Kay, if you could please explain what the person you were chasing did for us. Okay, you got it. I first spotted a suspicious person near the open-air stage on the other side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, the person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase. For the sake of argument, let's call the suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now, please tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor. Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Kochin's office. I gave chase and ran into the room, but when I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the light, but then... And that's when she screamed, because that guy popped up. Who's there? And Shi-na popped out of nowhere. By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared. When Kay entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was, Agent Lang? What do you mean, why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person slipped out through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness. Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through that door. Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through the door, they would have run right into this person. And who found Kay in the first place? It was her. If I can just present it. There you go. Your answer is Shi-na? Yes, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had opened the door. When Kay screamed upon discovering Mr. Kochin's body, the Yatagarasu would have run right into the Agent Shi-na, who was in the room next door. Ugh! Agent Shi-na, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question? No, I didn't see anyone. You see? Therefore, the Yatagarasu could not... It just means that the creep slipped out before Shi-na made it out onto the hallway. See, I doubt that, as there was another person in that hallway. A certain detective. Detective Gumshoe, where were you exactly at that time? Me, sir? Well, when I heard Kay scream, I ran towards Mr. Kochin's office from the opposite direction of Agent Shi-na, sir. So, Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route. Go! Way to go, Miss Edgeworth! You nailed him with just an explanation of what happened. Yes, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken. I get it. So that's what you were trying to show me. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess. This is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right? No, not quite right. Not quite yet. Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time. The revolving wall on the other side is known only to 4 people. And if we use this information unwisely, the truth may escape us in the end. What's with all the whispering over there? Scared I'll figure out your tactics? Nothing of the sort. Agent Lang, come, let's continue where we left off. That smug, haughty attitude of yours, you really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that? Well, no matter. I figured you out already anyway. The only other possible escape route, besides the door, is the room's lone window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists... Are you saying that this photo captures a moment of the Yagara's escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him in on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I know now that this is impossible. Now, I realize you may not know this, but... humans can't fly! Oh! Of course I know that! That's bloody common sense! Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be the Yagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yagarasu that Kei was chasing after. You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want, but there's only one language I really understand. The language of evidence. Very well then. I present to you proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this photo. And I believe... we need some photo evidence, don't we? What could it be? Actually, I think it's actually this photo again. Because... well, this was taken from the 4th and 5th floors, so this is when the first fire... And if she saw him during the second fire, then I think that's proof enough, right? Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kei saw. Kei spotted the Yatagarasu headed for the 3rd floor during the second fire. However, the photo in question was taken just after the first fire. Go! Yeah, way to go! That's twice you've bit him in the butt now. Sure. We're not done yet. You still have to explain what that shadow is then, and how the Yagarasu escaped. I don't suppose you can answer both now, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet. Ha! As I thought. However, the Yatagarasu's escape route? Now that I can answer. You can? Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on! Enlighten me! Even if I explain it, you'll just try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up the Albastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you've had much knowledge about the other side of the case. So wouldn't it be best if to leave that side, Agent Shi-Na explained in my stead, whatever? Ugh! Shi-Na is my subordinate! If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eyes and call herself my boss? Myself her boss. Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him. Shi-Na, you shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth. Alright. If you're okay with it, then you have my support. Finally, it's down to just Agent Shi-Na and myself. This is where the battle really begins. Now then, what is it you like to ask? Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the other embassy? I am tempted to continue, but I'm also tempted to stop the episode. I'm gonna be a prick, and I'm gonna end the video right here, dude. Okay, well, I'm not calling myself a prick. Well, kind of I did. In any case, whatever. I am gonna, because you know how I am. I love Actually, I don't love giving you guys cliffhangers. Actually, there's a part of me that kind of, like, laughs from it, because I know it's like, oh, damn it, Pharaoh, I want to see the next episode, but I think it gives you guys a little bit of an incentive to see what's going to happen. So, next time, we're going to hear what she has to say, and maybe we can figure out exactly what just happened. So, as usual, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Let's Play Ace Attorney Investigations, Miles Edgeworth. I'll see you guys later.